Hi friends, welcome to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I'm Jenny and we're gardening here in Baltimore, Maryland, Zone 7. Today's project is to put 2 Leucothoes into the ground here in the front foundation refresh project. These are Girard's rainbow Leucothoes, and they are going to go right out here in the front and provide some really bright color, evergreen color in this garden. So come with me and let's get this project underway. Just this morning, earlier today, before lunch, I finished re-edging the flower bed out there. I don't know if you can, there we go. So you can see we have a new edge to the lawn all the way down this way. And so I'm going to be planting these 2 Leucothoes right where you see them sitting, one over here and one over here. And I'm going to use my normal planting method, and that means I'm going to dig my hole twice as wide but the same depth as the planting pot. And then I'm going to put in Biotone starter fertilizer to get those roots off to a great start. I think today I will water my hole before I put the plants in, just to make sure that I'm getting these shrubs off to a great start. And then I will put the plants in level, or maybe a little bit above, depends on how much clay I find in the planting hole. And then I will backfill, water them in really well, and that'll be it. Okay, it might be a little bit, it might be a little bit hard to see, but I'm going to bring the camera over and show you inside the hole. I did find we had about 3 or 4 inches of really nice topsoil where the grass used to be, but then below that it is pretty full of clay. Let's take a look. So I've dug the hole about 18 to 24 inches wide and about, I would say about a foot deep down in there. And you can kind of see the sides of the hole where we have topsoil at the top, but then pretty tough red clay down underneath there. So I am going to plant this high in the hole. I'll probably leave the top inch or so of the root ball out of the planting hole. I'm using Biotone starter fertilizer, and that has natural elements, I'll say. I'm not exactly sure, mycorrhizae, but I don't know what that is. But microbes and good things in here that stimulate root development. So it also serves as a nice organic fertilizer. Okay, because there's so much clay in this hole, this water is actually going to sit there for quite some time. So I'm just going to go ahead and plant and let it soak into the backfill soil. All right, my hole is too deep, so I'm going to pull this up out and put some backfill soil down in there. Splish splash. Still a little deeper than it needs to be. Okay, so the original crown, some of the soil has fallen off. This was recently repotted at the nursery, it looks like. But the crown's right here, and that's about an inch above this soil level. So now it's time to backfill. All right, now I'm going to water it in really well. Okay, this one is in. Yay, let's move on to the other one. Okay, I'm going to use the same method on this plant. I'm going to lift it up a little bit high out of the native soil so that the clay soil doesn't drown the roots. But this one is actually really close to the crepe myrtle. I'm anticipating I'm going to hit some roots here. Small roots of the crepe myrtle I don't mind damaging and cutting to make room for my hole, but if it's pretty big I don't want to damage it, so I'll have to shift my planting hole if I encounter something that's too big to trim. Let's just see what we find. So far so good. Oh, there's one. All right, I think that's probably deep enough based on what we did on the other one. I'm gonna put my fertilizer in. And water it. And now it's time to put the plant in. We have a little bit of damage. That's from a broken limb, probably in transport from the nursery to my house. Someone had recently asked about fertilizer hitting the root ball of a plant. And my understanding is that Biotone or any other organic fertilizer, probably, I know Biotone is okay, but probably if you have an organic fertilizer, it's probably going to be just fine around the roots of a plant. What you don't want is synthetic fertilizer hitting directly onto new roots of a plant, because that might damage the roots with the shock of getting hit with a strong fertilizer. So the Espoma products, the organic stuff, I'm very comfortable. I've not had any trouble with root damage from Biotone. Oh, look at that. The whole thing just fell out. It looks like it just got potted up at the nursery, and you can kind of see where the old pot was. All right. Yay! The first new plantings in the front yard refresh are in the ground. I'm so happy. Yes, okay, so I guess that's not quite true, because there were some azaleas that went in as part of my imagined refresh before I declared it an official project. So anyway, this was a pretty simple planting project. There's really nothing to it. You just got to dig your hole, put in your fertilizer, water things in, and backfill. And I'm really hopeful that the dappled sunlight that these receive right here will be perfect for them. It's the middle of the afternoon right now. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and we have dappled sunlight on both of them. And you may be able to see the shadows that are cast all around this section of the yard. From here, and that way, we're pretty much full sun in the afternoon from about the left side of the irises up toward that way. But from the left side of the irises down here, it's only ever dappled sun. It's never full sun, full direct sun. So I'm really hoping that these will enjoy this location and thrive here. So what do you think of these? Let me know. Do you have any rainbow Leucothoe in your garden, and how does it do for you? And also, do you have any plans to put any shrubs in your garden this year in the fall? It's a beautiful day today, beautiful planting weather. So I hope you're enjoying your day in your garden, and I hope everything is going really well for you. Excuse me. And I really hope that you'll come back and visit us again here at Harmony Hills Home and Garden. Have a wonderful day. Bye.